Harold Peacock, and as he said, there's an election going on, the Democracy Sausage. He's going to tell us about the history of the sausage in Ipswich. G'day there, mate.
Yes, good morning, Danny. More specifically, a criminal history, and that of German sausages. So really focused in here.
Oh, really?
Yeah, we've got to think about those Germans.
Well, I'm not going to make any signs because someone got into trouble for
absolutely
doing something.
Not. No,
and they got arrested. I think there's a policeman working this way now who's going to arrest me for something. I don't know, something saying cock-a-doodle-doo maybe. You can't say anything anymore.
I think you've got a policeman following you everywhere you go, haven't you?
There's no woke around here.
It's only to beat the fans back because,
He's a big hooer too, be a front rower, a big coot, big fella. Anyhow, he's gone now. He's not going to come and bash me, so go on.
Okay. Yeah, so this criminal history of German sausages. Now, in 1920, it was August Adolf Christian Henning. Now, he was charged with killing a steer with intent to turn it into German sausages. Now, he was sentenced to 2 years suspended sentence and a 2-year, £100 good behaviour bond.
Yeah.
But before all this happened, Henning was married with 4 children when his wife died. 4 weeks later, he married for a second time, and then that wife promptly died as well. Mm-hmm. So he was left with little option other than to feed his young family on misappropriated German sausages.
My God, you always find somebody getting bumped off or falling off the perch. Go on.
Yeah, well, that's life. But the judge in this case was Justice Charles Child. Now, he'd been Attorney General, was Judge of the Supreme Court, and son of an Ipswich mayor. And he ordered that at least the hide of the dead steer be returned to the owner. And the owner of the now dead cow was Ipswich's Charles Francis. Now, he himself was later charged with stealing a cow, 4 heifers and a steer, and separately stealing a gelding. So intent to make sausages from stolen steers may have been rife in Ipswich at the time.
Wow.
But further back in 1899 was when one sausage fan appeared not to stand a chance in the legal system. You see, an old man by the name of Mr. J. Hamilton was charged with having stolen a piece of German sausage from the Nicholas Street shop of J.P. Bottomley and Co. Now, J.P. Bottomley had cornered Ipswich's sausage market by opening 4 shops in Ipswich itself, in Nicholas Street, East Street, Upper Brisbane Street, and North Ipswich, and another shop at Bundamba. Now, the owner was undoubtedly Ipswich's king of sausages. His name was James Parker Bottomley, and he would serve as an Ipswich alderman for a number of years.
Right.
Now, meanwhile, the old man Hamilton was up against the who's who of Ipswich.
Hey.
The magistrates in the Ipswich police court that day included Adolphus Hazenkamp, another German. He was the clerk of petty sessions in the Ipswich courthouse, and today his name is actually on a historical marker at Seaman House at Leichhardt in Ipswich. Yeah, there was also Major William Deacon. He would be second in command of the Queensland contingent at the Boer War, and Mayor of Ipswich 3 times. Then there was Mr. Joseph Pickard, who was several years also an Ipswich alderman. Now, the police contingent in court was a little less stable. One was Senior Sergeant William Donaldson. He prosecuted. He was in charge of the Ipswich police, although he would soon be transferred to Bay Desert. The arresting officer was Constable William Edward Healy. Earlier, he had sensationally been the arresting officer of the Ipswich rates collector, who was convicted with embezzling the rates that he'd collected. Now, Healy, shortly after this case, drowned in the Lockyer Valley near Gatton.
Mother drowning.
Yeah, I know, it's endless. But testifying against Hamilton was the manager of Bottomley & Co. And probably the best-known man in Ipswich of his time. He reminds me of you, Danny. And that's a fact. His name was Mr. George W. Allen. He was a businessman and sportsman. Among his many committee memberships, he was secretary of the Ipswich Drafts Club. So, with the who's who of Ipswich opposing him in court, Mr. Hamilton pleaded guilty and was sentenced to 24 hours confinement in the cells.
Oh, that's nothing.
Yeah, but but all he stole was a piece of German sausage, not even the whole thing. and that's all we know about Ipswich's great German sausage larcenist, because he then simply disappeared from history. So, Danny, for those voting today and grabbing a democracy sausage, take a moment to ponder Ipswich's Mr. Hamilton and what precisely happened to him 125 years ago when he took that sausage.
125. Mate, what a great story about sausages in Ipswich. Like, where does he find... This is all true, folks. So how can we read about this and so many other stories about this wonderful Ipswich?
Yes, you can find history out there on all the social sites, and go to the website historyouthere.com.
Another interesting story involving death, a drowning, and other sort of things that go on in families. And you can hear it live here every Saturday morning about this time with Harold the H. Be on time there. The key was there.
It was a delayed
Peacock-a-doodle-doo. Harold Peacock on West Bremer Radio. The time now is 8:19.